Hey there, peace. Well, last Sunday I gave a message on Proverbs 26:2, and the text was, "As the bird by wandering, as the swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come." About the curse, I gave this little message, and I wanted to give a brief takeaway from the whole message, and it is this: that people do curse. And first, we must understand what a curse is, and of course, we immediately do so. But let's again elucidate the important point. It's not just bad mouthing. It's not just speaking evil of people and to people. It is actually wishing evil, an evil fate, an ill will, or ill will. If you're Cockney, you're actually wishing an evil fate upon somebody. So that's what a curse is. So pronouncing something evil that is going to come in, and if people throw around terms like, expressions like burn in hell and stuff like that. So people do curse one another quite often. But this text, Proverbs 26:2, says that as the bird by wandering, is the swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come. So as the bird which kind of hops around, a little bird, a robin or a swallow, and flies away, so the curse, which is not well deserved, because that's what it means, causeless, without a good cause, without the justification, without a merit for it, it will not alight. In point of fact, the New King James offers this translation, and it's pretty vividly describing. It says, like a flitting sparrow, like a flying swallow, so a curse without cause shall not alight. So it does not stick to you. People may hurt your reputation, and there's the power of the tongue to offend, and sometimes to offend so greatly that people may even lose their lives because they're worried about their reputation, about what people say, think of them, and so forth. So there is a power of the tongue. But some folks, like charismatics, they ascribe this intrinsic power to the word spoken, so that if you say something, and if it's a curse, it sort of must be fulfilled in the power of the pronouncement itself. It's that your words sort of they have this weight. And I even read, I try to read it, at least a text by the late, forget his name, Derek Prince. He was a Pentecostal preacher. Some of you may have heard that name. And it's interesting that he takes this very same text in Proverbs 26:2. And even back then, it was over 25 years ago, I was much younger, and somebody tried to make a Pentecostal out of me, so they gave me this text. So he argues precisely what this text does not teach, or teaches the opposite of what Derek Prince is trying to make this text to say, so that what he is arguing, or was at least, he's dead now, that when we say something, when we wish ill, or we pronounce something that is not good, it has this power of affecting that which it desires. So if you say something, oh, this wife of mine is no good, it sort of visits her, it accomplishes. So he goes on and on and on, and he uses this very text. But it's interesting, it says that no, the curse causeless shall not come, shall not stick to you. Well, people may badmouth you, they may hurt your reputation, they may ruin your reputation, and things like that. But the curse, the effectual curse, and then we must think biblically that the curse, first of all, it appears, of course, the first curse as we encounter on the pages of the Holy Writ is, of course, in the book of Genesis, 3rd chapter. God curses the serpent, curses the man, cursed is the earth because of the evil land, because thou hast heeded the voice of thy wife, and so on. He curses the wife as well. It does not say so explicitly, but he multiplies her sufferings in childbirth. So the whole creation is cursed because of sin. And so when we think of that, we realize that there must be a cause, a merit for a curse. The judge of all the earth shall not do what is right, so the curse, causeless, shall not come, shall not stick to you. People may say all kinds of things about you and wish evil upon you, but it won't happen. Contrary to what Derek Prince was trying to say, even based on this text loosely. So it's interesting that the curse, and we know that the main cause of the curse is the law of God, or rather the sin which occasions it, but the preceding cause is the law, because the law says even prior to the accomplishment of sin, that on the day that thou eatest thereof, dying, thou shalt die, thou shalt surely die. So the curse is prior to the accomplishment of sin itself. It is the power of sin. Cursed is everyone that hangeth upon the tree. And also through Moses, as God was giving the law, I laid before the blessing and the curse, contingent upon thy faithfulness and actual fulfillment of the law. So the law has the power to curse. But God is the giver of the law. He's actually cursing his reprobate through the law. In the secondary or the most immediate cause or merit for a curse is always just. He curses them through their rebellious nature and acts. But the most basic takeaway from this message is that there's no such thing as curse falling upon somebody's head without a just cause. And God determines that cause. And upon a fact, we all by nature, we lie under this curse. For it says, cursed is everyone who continueth not in all the books of the law to do them, however it goes in Galatians 3, repeating what Moses says elsewhere. So, and we know that the wages of sin is death. So we by nature, we justly deserve a curse. So it's not just by the bird by wandering or the swallow by flying. No, it sticks to us or it hangs over us, and justly so. In and of ourselves, we are the just recipients of that curse. And that's the worst curse ever. So when people say, well, burn in hell and so forth, well, that pretty much hangs over our heads by nature. Now, it doesn't mean that God ever hated his elect, but in and of ourselves, we deserve that curse. And it must be part of our message. So there's no, this curse is a universal by nature. We merit that curse and that justly. And so there's only one place where that curse cannot touch us. And the one who became a curse for us or in our stead. He took the curse upon himself that we might be the recipients of God's grace. So that's the takeaway from that message last Sunday. The reason I also decided to take this text was because in the area where I'm at right now, there's all sorts of superstitions. You know, the folk religion, the particular form of folk religion here, you know, with all the spells and just that people believe that evil eyes, oh, he looked at me in this way, or they plotted that, and they set up almost like a voodoo-like fashion tricks that people use to effectually curse. And people believe that, oh boy, I'm cursed because of that spell, you know, and sometimes that even permeates the existing Christian churches, especially where the charismatic presence is so strong. So people begin to believe that the words which we utter have the power in and of themselves. Now, I mean, of course, as reminded you, yes, we can hurt people by things we say, sometimes pretty badly, but curse, causeless shall not come. And God is the determiner. He is the lawgiver. He determines what is just and what is unjust. And so he is putting all things on his scale. So seeing who merits that curse. And hallelujah, that's not just the judge, but he provided for us the one who took our curse, that which we deserve, upon himself, that we might be free from that curse. And whatever people may say of us, whatever evil things, the slurs and slanders, that sort of thing, it won't stick to us. It won't alight, as the New King James says, because God in Christ dealt with that curse by taking upon himself. So that was my message, and I wanted to share that with you. May God bless you all. Talk to you next time.